Reviewing the saddest anime, A Silent Voice, let's hop into it with a quick synopsis straight from the dome. So basically, this deaf girl gets bullied by a bunch of kids, including the MC, and this goes on for a long time. And then bam, time skip. Everyone is grown up now, and the MC reconnects with the deaf girl, and they fall in love or whatever, and she kind of gets bullied more. And it's just a super sad anime. And that's all you need to know synopsis wise. Now that we have that out of the way, let's jump into the review with the plot and story. I have to say it's great. Like, A Silent Voice is one of the very few movies that made your boy tear up a little bit. Like, it's just so sad. The best way I can describe it is it'll rip your heart out and curb stomp it into oblivion. And that's not an exaggeration. Besides the sadness, this movie has all the elements you could want. A little bit of suspense, some drama, and a whole lot of sadness. A little bit of romance as well. You know you like that. You have the slice of life vibes. All of this just crafts the perfect story all around. And the plot is perfect in my opinion. Hopping over to the characters, they are pretty good. Our MC is solid. We get to see him traverse everything that is happening. Shouko is the deaf girl. Probably butchered her name. She's also a very solid character in my opinion. It is nice to see anime represent deaf characters and how they handle all of that. And I think it was done well. Tomohiro has weird hair, and I don't like it. Noko is the next character I want to talk about. Once again, butchering these names, but I don't like her. I think she was one of the aggressors towards Shouko when they was older. So like, fuck Noko. All my homies hate her. And that's about all I have to say about the characters. The rest are less memorable, but pretty solid stuff all around. Next, we have to talk about the art, animation, and sound design. Like always, I don't pay attention to the sound design. I don't have anything negative to say about it, so that means the sound design is good in my book. Art and animation is just top notch in my opinion, and one of the more standout things in this anime. Like, it's great. The one thing I have to mention is the whole X's on the face thing. I love that, and I'm sure it plays some part into the plot that I just don't remember. But like, I love when an anime adds stuff like this, because for me personally, when done correctly, something like this ups the value of an anime tremendously. It makes it super unique. But yeah, we can also briefly touch on character designs. It's like, okay, the way the characters look, pretty good clothing. On the other hand, kind of average in the typical clothing you basically see in every anime. But besides that, A Silent Voice does all of this very well. Now that the review part is done, it's almost time for my final score. But before we get into that, I'm gonna talk about a few of my thoughts. So I watched this anime film on a 14-hour car drive, and like I said before, it had me tearing up. And if I was alone watching this, I would have probably been in fetal position crying. And I love that. When a piece of media evokes that kind of emotion for me, I instantly fall in love with it. Now with my random thoughts out of the way, let's get to the scoring. For this, we will have two scores. The first one is an anime film score, and the other, I'll just be scoring it as an anime in general. So the first score, 10 out of 10. Feels kind of low. 100 out of 10 if we're being honest. And for my second scoring, I'm gonna give Silent Voice a 9 out of 10. Still pretty high marks all around. I loved A Silent Voice, and I avoided spoiling some of the more major plot elements in this video so I could suggest it to anyone watching that hasn't seen it yet, because nothing compares to that first watch and that feeling of sadness and dread. So like, watch A Silent Voice, and if you've watched it already, watch it again. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your review of A Silent Voice down in the comments. Also check the description for all my links and more information on the film. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Later.